Stefan Dennis, he's best known as Paul Robinson from Neighbours, but for the last 9 weeks he's been touring New Zealand in the hit play Blood Brothers. Get that right. The musical has its Auckland Gala premiere tonight. Stefan plays a man on a fated collision course with his twin brother. He says the role is a test of his dramatic skills. Simon has the story.
Stefan Dennis is Mickey, the kid from the poor side of the tracks. He ages from a kid to a teenager.
Hey, you be good, the pair of you.
To a man to whom life deals some vicious blows. His performance has to be credible to fire the audience's emotions, and it takes its toll.
Dare I say this, but I've ended in tears backstage some nights, and I'm not the only one. We've had an unbelievably overwhelming response from audiences around New Zealand, and I mean, what we give them on stage and what our characters do, and the emotion behind what our characters do toward the end of the play, it's draining. Very draining, but it's also physically draining as well. I mean, it's a pretty energetic show at times.
Mickey?
Ross Gervin plays Mickey's brother. The pair were separated at birth. Mickey remains with his real mother, who's impoverished, while his brother lives a life of privilege. Yet the boys meet and become friends.
A woman came up to me when I was in Christchurch a couple of weeks ago, and she said, after the show, she said, "Oh, I just wanted to hug you and take you home." I thought, well, that's a nice compliment. But what she was saying was, Mickey is, you sort of fall in love with him because he's so lovable, and he's just, you feel sorry for him as well. And I mean, he seems to fall off the rails, just, as I say, for being caught in situations that are unavoidable for him. Listen, Gloria, I really think that you should report this to the police.
Despite other roles, Stefan will always be identified with Neighbours. He was with the show when it was hugely popular, especially in the UK.
It was quite shocking sometimes. I mean, I had a couple of experiences, one in Belfast, for example, which was just mind-blowing. Sort of they expected, I was doing an appearance one day, and they thought about 200 or 300 people were going to turn up, and 5,000 turned up. And they thought, what the hell are we going to do here? And they ended up, the Belfast police got a bit uppity because they had to call out half the Belfast police force to control these people. And of course they don't like that over there because they've got too many security alerts that they've got to worry about. So it was sort of, that was really scary. Another time I literally had the clothes ripped off my back. That was sort of security guys pushing me through this crowd and just keeping me moving forward. And they were just grabbing and tearing my shirt and jumper and everything off. They did. But in general, everybody handled it pretty well, and particularly Kylie and Jason, because they were the two that absolutely rocketed to superstardom. I remember Jason when he did his first record and he came back from England, and we were in the green room. He said, "Steph, have a listen to this." And I listened to it and I said, "Jesus, that's great, Jason." But I said, "There's a lot of processing on it." And he said, "I can't sing." And I said, and he said, "Yeah, well, there you go." And I said, that's good. It's good on you, mate. Good on you. But then the thing about it was, he knew that. I don't say he can't sing. He could sing, but he knew his voice was a bit wobbly. And from that point, he worked so hard and trained himself, and now he's a very, very good singer.
Your mother!
Blood Brothers reaches a harrowing climax between the two brothers. After Auckland, the play moves to Australia until December. Then Stefan heads back to his London home. His agent says there'll be more work waiting for him. But at the moment, no time for women.
That's my love, yeah. My love affair is with my Suzuki motorbike.
This is how I get around, believe it or not. So, until next time, I would like to bid you adieu. And let's hope I have a nice, safe trip home in this wet. Bye.
We're the same to you too, Stefan. And he says he's looking forward to the first leg of the Australian tour of Blood Brothers. It's in Melbourne, his old hometown.